All right, so this is day 3 of the 201 drawing prompts. So for today, I went ahead and picked out rain boots. So let's jump right into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and using my brush pen, and yeah, let's just get right into this. But that's the beauty of these type of prompts, with no planning or any type of sketch in mind. So let's see. I'm trying to think of what rain boots look like right now. I really don't remember much. They're like these rubber boots. I remember my son had a pair of rain boots. Okay, let's see. It's kind of looking like a sock. You know, this is one of those things that I could truly say I never had as a kid. For as much as it rains out here in South Florida, I never had a pair of rain boots. And I don't, to be honest, I don't know anybody that's had rain boots other than my son. Had some little details on here. I hope this comes off as like a actual rain boot, because I'm not sure if it's looking like a regular boot or a rain boot. You know, let's add like a little circle, a little more of a cartoony look. Let's add the second one. Let's try to match that up. And once again, I'm really feeling this brush pen because I love the fact that I could get like some nice bold lines as well as some super crispy little thin lines. Let's see. We're gonna add some drop shadows over here. Let's go. And I'm a big fan of this type of shading with like a bunch of little lines. This definitely comes from my comic book background. I was a huge comic book nerd when I was a kid. And it's weird because even as an adult, I still buy comic books. But the odd thing is that I never read them. I just kind of have them there. And I never go to the comic book store to get a comic because of the series or because of the story. I kind of just go and browse comics and look at the artwork. I've always felt that comic book illustrators are some of the most talented people I've ever seen in my life. Not only because they are insanely creative, but their knowledge of human anatomy and their ability to make a drawing look so complete in just black and white is something that I've always admired. They're able to tell like full stories with just insane visuals, you know? And they create their own worlds within that, which is awesome. You know, like I've seen some people that they'll go ahead and get rain boots and turn them into like flower pots. So let's add some floral elements to this, which is cool, you see, because this was actually just for some rain boots, but now it tells a story. This probably belonged to some kid and they outgrew them, and their mom possibly just went ahead and turned them into a vase of sorts. I could totally see this chilling in somebody's backyard. Okay, this is starting to look like something cool now. I love seeing what comes out of these drawings because I never know what I'm doing. I literally just pick something and I make it up as I go. And I'm really glad that I decided to do this series because I wanted to show people how a simple drawing prompt can influence, but it could also push your creativity further. Sure, you can do the bare minimum by just doing exactly what the drawing prompt says, but if you're anything like me, you could take what it says and just kind of roll with it and do your own thing with it. When I was in college, I actually got in trouble several times because I had a little bit of an issue following the rules. And I understand it now. Back then I used to get really upset at it. But I guess part of an art career is following guidelines, especially when you're going for a design degree like I was. Following guidelines and, you know, staying true to the request of the client. I used to have a problem with that because I used to always go a little off and kind of just do my own thing just because I thought it was better. So I throw in my own colors and my own designs, and you know, I kind of steer away from things like that. And I think I kind of do that with my tattoo work. Sometimes clients will send me something and I'll go ahead and go, listen, I think this will be better. But when you're not in the corporate world, I think that actually pans out better, which is why I'm a tattoo artist and I decided not to become a full-time designer. That, and I also didn't really want to spend so much time behind a computer. I think this is actually where my heart is. Even with tattooing and my iPad and all that is one thing, but I really don't like spending so much time on the iPad. It kind of irritates me, to be honest with you. I feel like to it, digital art is amazing. It's great. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with digital art. Maybe I'll develop a love for it, but until then, my heart stays true to being more hands-on. I love feeling the paper and the texture and the pen in this case, or I like feeling the paint and the brush. There's a certain connection. It's almost as if you're like leaving a part of you in every painting that you do, which is very special. It's very artsy of me to say, I guess. I just don't feel that connection with the iPad. At least not yet. Maybe in the future. Who knows? Let's make this look like dirt. A little bit of texture. This is looking pretty cool. And you know what? Just because they're rain boots, right, let me fix this up a little bit. Just because they're rain boots, they wouldn't be rain boots if there wasn't rain. So let's just do a little bit of rain at an angle. See, look how fine those lines can be. It's like I'm barely touching the paper. See, and this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about that I love about just handmade artwork, because I'm pretty sure there's a brush on Procreate that automatically just does rain for you. And does it save time? Sure. But I don't really like it. I like doing things by hand. I think there's a bigger sense of pride with that, especially in the tattoo world. You know, I always discourage my apprentices or any of my students. I always discourage them from using the iPad because the iPad is too precise, too perfect. So in the tattoo world, everybody uses iPads and automatically starts learning that. I start everybody off on watercolor painting, because if you make a mistake tattooing, there is no, double tapping and it erases. You have to live with your own mistakes. You have to work around them. You have to make everything right. So I think any artist, especially tattooers, should be doing things by hand always and perfecting their skill always, because the sharper you are on a sketchbook, the sharper you are on a canvas or any medium that you choose, that translates into tattooing, which there's no room for error there. So, but anyways, enough about my rambles. Today we did some rain boots and I'm very content with this. It's funny how it just turned from regular rain boots to now just telling a story. And that's the beauty of imagination, the beauty of art. So thank you guys for watching. I won't take up too much of your time. Peace.